I believe, and I think the statistics bear it out, that your grade point average is much, much more important than any sort of test score, be it ACT or SAT. And the truth behind that statement lies in the fact that there are a number of schools that have gone test optional. And what we're seeing actually is the proliferation of schools who are now going to continue on with that test optional program. So I think that your GPA is much, much more important than any sort of test score. So my mistake as a first-generation college student was only applying to one school. Because my high school counselor was set on 3 state schools that were all very, very close to where I grew up. And I wasn't interested in going to any of those schools because I did not want to go to college with the same people that I went to high school with. For me, there was no way to grow. So I think that the biggest mistake that I made was only in applying to one school. What would I do differently now? Today, I would apply to more schools. I would look further out as well. I decided to stay in state, but I still went to a private institution. I think it would have done me better, and I may have gotten a different education if I would have left the state, gone to a place where there were people who I didn't really know. I think that's where the greatest growth comes from in college. It's not the education that you get, because you can go to any school and get a fantastic education, but the people that you meet will make the difference in your experience. And I know that that's what happened for me. For those students who are unsure as to where they want to go to college, I think it all starts with self-reflection. I think you have to determine what kind of learner you are. Are you okay with sitting in an auditorium with 300 people taking notes as you're watching a video? Or do you want something a little bit smaller? Do you want 30 students in your classroom? Do you want 15 students in your classroom? I think that's where it has to start. I also believe that how far you want to be away from home. I've worked with some kids who think that going more than 3 hours away, their entire family would disintegrate and they wouldn't know what to do. On the other hand, I have students who think that a 3-hour flight is still just fine. So in terms of finding a college or where you want to go, those are the places you have to start. How do you learn? Where do you want to be? And what kind of experience are you looking for? Do you want to sit with 40,000 of your closest personal friends and fans on a Saturday afternoon watching your college football team that you might be able to be seen on TV? Or are you more comfortable in a high school size stadium watching kids that you know and you go to class with play football? That's just one example, but I think that's the thing to start with as to where it is that you want to go. Demonstrated interest comes in a variety of ways. They have the ability to track those students who click onto their website. So if you want to demonstrate interest in a school, go to the website, go to different parts of the website, go to the admissions office, go to the student life portion of that as well. In addition, you should visit if that is an option. It's not always an option for everybody. Although, after COVID, they decided to make virtual visits. While these are not, I don't want to say recommended, they are a way to see what it looks like to be on campus. So it is one way of actually seeing a campus. Another way to demonstrate interest is to reach out to the admissions department. Now, don't send them your love letter, the saying that, oh, this is the best school for me, it's the perfect school for me. What you want to do is if you have a specific question, if you would like to speak with someone, I know that you can also ask to have an interview. So they can have an informal interview, they can have a formal interview. So these are all ways that you can demonstrate interest in a college or university. And I think it does make a difference to the smaller schools. If you've decided that you want to go to the University of Michigan, where they have 45,000 undergraduates, they really don't care if you've gone through a virtual tour of the school. But if you're going to a place like Hamilton College that has, 2,000 students, well, then yes, then it will make a difference.